So what's going on, guys? How we doing out there? Microphone working, looking good, all in good shape. All right, how we doing, guys? Happy Wednesday, Hump Day. Hope you guys are doing okay. I'm doing all right. Remember all the work we did yesterday? You know, all that fine stuff we did on on the little transmitter with the bucket and the cord and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I kind of lost all that stuff. Thank you, Git. I guess I'm still trying to learn how to break stuff in Git. I can't say lose. I didn't necessarily lose it, but I mean, because I did back everything up because I don't trust Git, rightfully so. Uh, I don't get it. You know, Git's like, hey, we got this one file that you need to like go ahead and archive it. Okay, fine. Yeah, that's fine. Do that, and then it proceeds to like overwrite the entire project. You know, and deleting all the stuff that was in there. So, I mean, just like for a quick, simple example, if we look at the power cord, if I can select it, maybe I can't select it. There we go. Yeah, I remember yesterday I was talking about how the fact that we only have that one bounding box, and I had to make the second one. So after you move the bucket, the cord takes up the whole space. You know, as we see here, right? So yeah. So here's the two bounding boxes for the cord, as opposed to this one, which gets like, oh yeah, here's the latest and greatest. Yet no, it's not. Thank you, Git. So I need to repair all that crap again, which would be boring. I mean, it'd be literally like a repeat of yesterday, trying to put all the pieces back together. And I have all the stuff. You know, I just got to do it manually. And also, you know, I've got like gigantic screen space, but I only have this much for the stream, which means that would just be a pain for me, and it'd be a pain for you to sit through it again. So, long story short, we're not gonna do the repairs on that right now. So what I'm gonna do is just go ahead and minimize this one, and then figure out who's who. You know what? I'm not sure which one is which now at this point, so I'm gonna just close both of these. Git. When you decided that you just, aren't having enough troubles with Unity, you can always count on Git. Speaking of that, for posterity, I need to go ahead and anyone that watched my April Fool's broadcast where Unity went April Fool's on me, if you remember, or you go back and watch, it's, I don't know, about 20 minutes in or something like that. I don't do anything, and then suddenly the entire project just starts like, I don't know, overhauling itself, whatever you want to call it, but it trashes all my stuff, and then ultimately, as you remember, all my textures went pink, which means that they were disappearing and all that kind of stuff. Found the culprit with my my programmer buddy Rich that's helping me out. Over in project settings, it was the scene template. For some reason, I don't even remember clicking on it. You know, if you watch the video, I don't think I'm clicking on it. But yeah, at least in version 2021.3, at least for me, clicking on a scene template is insta death for the project. So, note to self, do not click on that. So, we're not going to click on that. Remember, I did the restore, and I guess that's what happened with Git. At that point, I did the restore. Hey, good streams. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Hey, Manga Rookie. Yeah. Hey, thanks for coming by and saying hello. Yeah, I'm just lamenting the fact that Git sort of wiped out all my work from yesterday. But, oh, you played the demo yesterday. And what'd you think? I mean, aside from the fact that, yes, it's brief. I know it's not a very long demo, but it gives you a sense of it. Please let us go into the cave. What do you do? You mean, like, on this, on the streaming or in the demo? Because in the demo, you definitely go, action baked into the cutscene? Well, you should be able to play the cave. Let's see. So, I mean, unless I'm missing something, because if we come over here, let's go over to scenes, episode 1. So, let's double check what we're talking about here. Let's see. I mean, we have the initial bit in the initial cutscene where we just introduce the characters, but no, I mean, you're pretty much controlling. You played the cave, okay? Then Oh yeah. Okay. Clarify. Which part? Because you have like the little mini puzzles. All right. Still typing. Okay. Since you did play that, I'm gonna switch back. Aftermath. Let's go over here. All right. And you're gonna let into the cave by themselves. Oh, gotcha. Gotcha. Yeah. It's just because we actually are loading a whole different scene. You know, the environment. Uh, yeah, and yeah, the reason why is because if we go into our episode 1 cutscenes, opening cutscenes, D. Yeah, so let me turn off the lighting so you can see this better. Come on, it's caching. There you go. We got the fog. Yeah. So I mean, it's mainly because it's like, I mean, because if we have the player controlling the wheel for this part, I mean, it's sort of like, I mean, you just kind of walk into the cave, and that would be like the only thing. Because I mean, as you see, there's nothing here. You know, I mean, this is like classic Hollywood stuff. Everything's a facade. Everything is fake. So I mean, it would literally be one of those things that you walk to here, and then you would just walk into the cave, and then you'd have to pause and wait for the scene to load. So you know, to me, it's because it's sort of like the final thing. It's the final moment of the cutscene stuff. You know, where he's looking around and checking that sound, whatever that mysterious noise is, and then we go into the cave and hand it over, because when we also have the following bit, right, where he goes into the cave and finds himself trapped, you know. So I think, unfortunately, I think all that kind of ties itself into the whole storytelling, because I don't know. Yeah, does that make sense? Because I'm not sure how you could kind of toggle between playing the player for that brief moment and then taking back over control, because there's a lot of pre-scripted material there that we have to reveal, you know. But, I mean, it's a good suggestion. I mean, I like the idea of trying to let the player play as soon as possible. And, you know, I'm sure a lot of people will just hit the little button and skip the entire cutscene anyways. So, and then not understand the context of, wait, how did I get stuck in a cave? That's because there was a cutscene to explain that. But, but no, I appreciate the feedback, though, for sure. Let's see. So let's go back into Aftermath. And we're still loading textures. There it goes. Alright, so then what I want to work on here with you guys for the couple hours that we're streaming is one item. So in theory, we have the idea that you can now get the bucket, and let's see. And the idea is that you come over here and you'd want to use it on this drill that's dripping that oil. But unfortunately, it's not going to let you, because it's only like dripping a little bit, and you need to, I mean, I could put the bucket down there, right? I might do that. I might let you just put the bucket, and it's kind of like, oh, it's going to take forever. I need to like make it come out faster. And then there's a panel, which doesn't exist yet because this is a proxy version of the model, and the panel has a key. Excuse me. And I wasn't sure exactly where we were going to stash that, but we've come to the healthy conclusion that it should be here inside. Turn off some of that stuff. So yeah, in our little storage closet, where he finds that claw, right in here, right there. What I want to do is go ahead and just add a cabinet there, you know, which is fun. I mean, we're sort of like, you know, crossing new territory. You know, let me hide the hole here. That's gonna just conflict anyways. Yeah, I lost my gripping pole. Thank you. Because the you know what? Actually, I do want that. I gotta restore that. So it's not just start play ASAP, but also I wanted to go into the cave though, through the passage and get trapped in myself. I got that. Yeah. Well, I mean, I appreciate the understanding. Because yeah, I just want to have that dramatic moment where he's like looking around, you know. But yeah, I mean, there'll be plenty of exploration coming. I mean, like in this sequence in particular, just to give you a sense. So you play the demo, you know what happens. You come back to the Jupiter 2, and everything is in total disarray. So let's go focus. So this picks up right where the last cutscene ends off, with him looking around and realizing that all this destruction is his fault. So I mean, immediately you could just explore all the way around here outside the Jupiter 2. All these full sides like this. And then there's the debris piles, of course, are just temporary stuff. That's going to be better versions coming up. A lot of just temporary placeholder art in this, and missing animation. So for example, if we come up here, and by the way, this isn't in the demo yet, but you can run, because that was a constantly required or demanded feature by people. Okay, so we have the door, and we try and get through there. So there'd be like a cutscene there, a brief cutscene of him trying to squeeze through that gap, and he can't do it. But he'll try and tug on it and goes, yeah, I can't do it. But if we have the crowbar. So then he's going to be able to push on the door just hard enough with the crowbar to get it open and squeeze through, And then we can just wander inside the Jupiter 2, which we see has also been completely trashed and demolished. By whom? I don't know. That's the big mystery. That's the stuff that we got to investigate and find out. But, I mean, as you can see here, this alone, I mean, this is so much more in terms of exploration than the cave is. But I wanted that cave to be sort of claustrophobic to a degree, because it is quasi-tutorial. So I don't want people to get frustrated. Like, if I threw all this at people at once without having any introduction, I'm afraid that they may kind of get lost and overwhelmed. So that was the purpose of making that cave a little more in the hand-holding side, if that makes sense. But that was the goal. But yeah, thanks again for the feedback. I totally get what you're saying, and I want to give players as much control as possible. And I mean, long cutscenes are going to be not frequent. They're going to be key moments. So most of the time you're going to be driving all the action. By the way, this is just, I love this. So I have this little plugin. What is it called? iStep or something like that. And it will detect where the ground is, and just in real time kind of adjust the IK, so it's planted. There's a little jitter in there, but come on, it's real time. I'm fine with that. I mean, it's better than having the foot go through the ground like it normally would there. So that's a nice trade-off. I'm happy with that. Okay, enough talk about plugins. Let's go back and do this for real. Right. So as I was saying, I want to go ahead and add right in here this little storage cabinet that you can open and find a key that will, of course, work on the drill, and that will bring us to our next mini game, little puzzle. So I think I have this geometry already exported. I mean, obviously it's exported elsewhere, but what I like to do is just go ahead and export it in its current position, so that makes it a lot easier to add new content and make sure it just automatically lines up. So I don't have to worry about scale, position, rotation, translation, all that kind of crap being inaccurate. All right. Yeah. So let me check. Give me one sec. Let's go over to documents. Come on. Austin space. Assets. All right. No, not assets. We want to look for temp exports. I think I put it here. Nope. Jupiter 2. Jupiter 2. Section 2 reference. Let's see if that's correct. Nope. Oh yeah, there it is. But we're missing the wall there. Okay, that's not what I want. All right, you know what? Let's just go ahead and export this. Let me move that over. Lucchini! We have not watched Three Body Problem today, so just so you know. Doing well. I was just informing everyone earlier that once I pulled the changes in Git from my Rich, my programmer, all that fine work that we did yesterday just disappeared. So, you know, Lucy, you'll probably remember this. I was working on the chord here. I'll show that again. Oops. Yeah, so bring this up. Remember we added the extra collider box, so when you select the bucket, you know, it switches to that one. Yeah, that's gone. But it's not gone. It's you know, I back up everything before I do a pull for just such an emergency. Yeah, exactly. Well, it's back to where it was. Yeah, I lost a bunch of stuff, and including like even the pole. Gripping pole is now gone. So, no, here's my backup. So, pole. Let's do this here. Yeah. Gripping pole proxy. Yeah, so it's still there. It's still there. But I just didn't want to subject you guys to literally repeating the same exact stuff that I did yesterday. So I'm going to come back to that after we finish here. So in the meantime, what I'm working on is, if you have truly lost something, do you get Uni and cuss it out? Oh yeah, that was the other thing too. I just talked about this recently. You remember, let's see, or did you come in late? Maybe you didn't see that on April Fool's Day, where my project basically just like borked itself. You know, and completely just, it's been passed down for generations. It truly has. Yeah, so it turns out I have a ticking time bomb in here. On April 1st, on Monday, somehow I accidentally clicked on scene template, although I have no recollection of actually clicking on it, and that absolutely destroys the entire project. So, note to self, never click on that. Yeah, it's funny, my programmer Rich, he's like, should we report that bug? And kind of going, yeah, I did. I April Fool's myself. He goes, should we report that? And I go, we're using 2021 and not the latest LTS. So if we send it to them, the response would be, upgrade, dummy. He just, you know, upgrade to the newer version and, you know, it's fixed. I pitied foo. Mr. T. Okay. So let's see. Oops. Main layer. Yeah, let's just export this. So it's game object, export to FBX. We're going to put it not in assets. We're going to move it up one space to temp export. And we'll put it under Jupyter 2. Select the folder and we'll say I'll just get real specific here so I know exactly what we're talking about here. Like that. And then we want it ASCII. Yes. We want just the model. There is no animation. And we want it world absolute. That's the key thing. You want that so it goes in that proper space. So when I add a cabinet to this thing, it will just snap into place correctly. So having done that, let's try and load something in our beloved Lightwave version 2015. 9 years old. Oops. I will update someday. Just not today. Alright, so then let's come back here. Yeah, we're in the right spot. So let's go temp export. I think I'll put it in Jupyter 2. Storage closet. Continue. Don't point to the fact that 2015 is almost a decade ago. I know. It's been almost a decade since I paid for the software. See, but it's the reality is most of the things that have been updated back when they were actually doing updates. Okay, I have to put clarification in there. So Lightwave was an amazing program for many, many years. It was sort of like a Hollywood mainstay. And then it got bought by another company that just let it sit there. I don't think they actually cared about Lightwave. They only cared about the hardware that they were buying. And it wasn't until just a year ago that some devoted people behind it actually bought it away, and now they're in the process of updating it. So I will probably get a new version of Lightwave. Yeah, you remember? So yeah, I'll probably update, but a lot of the updates they're doing are things that don't really pertain to me. I mean, what I would love to see is major revisions to animation, which has always been Lightwave's Achilles heel in my book. And you know what? That's not even an opinion. That's just fact. Sorry. It is not good for animation at all for lots of reasons. So it's basically the software used. That is true. Back in the day, it got me, yeah, it got what? One Emmy nomination for me, and let's see, 2 or 1 Visual Effects Society. Yeah, okay, 1 was for Lightwave and 1 was when we were working on Maya. But yeah, I mean, it gave me my big break in Hollywood, which is now for VFX stuff is pretty much dead and buried, which is completely sad. I'm sorry to see that. All right, so let's throw this in a second layer and texture wire so we can see what the heck's going on. A couple, actually, I only remembered like like a couple I worked on the very first episode, and that was actually just super minor. That was a Maya thing. That's when her partner was turning translucent, and they took a scan of his body, but they took the scan of him standing up. So he's laying down, and as a result, his body, gravity shifts his body. So the scan didn't match him. So I had to sort of like push and pull points. Also worked on, there was one that was like the Infinity Machine or whatever they called it, where I animated one time kind of coming to life. And then there was that one LSD episode where they go in her mind and it's like a CG world. And yeah, at first I was working on that, but then we scaled up with a bunch of kind of less experienced animators, to put it nicely. And as a result, the lead animator decided to sort of look, I hate to do this to you, but I'm going to take you off a shot specific and just let you set up all the shots. And so I ended up doing a lot of the shots in there, but only in terms of roughing it out and setting it up and then handing it off to an animator to take it from there. So unfortunately, you don't see much on my reel from that LSD episode. Okay, well, spoiler. Spoiler. Yeah. No, a funny thing about that, too, was the fact that, sorry, I'll get on this little story here. Lucchini, you got me split. So I came on to work on Fringe, and I didn't know anything about it because it was still new. And I wasn't even sure the name of the show. I just know that... Yeah, thank you. Just doing your job. I didn't even know what show I was actually working on. I just got called into dailies because, I was going to work, as I said, on the body, shifting the body around. So I'm sitting there in dailies, and there's one part where they're like walking up to an airplane, and the number on the tail was the same number as the plane from Lost. And they go, yeah, that was, JJ wanted that as a reference to the to Lost, the TV series. And then going, JJ, who's JJ? It's like, I know, like, JJ Abrams. And I went, wait, he's working on a new show called Fringe. And I go, wait, I'm working on Fringe. And that was like, oh, hey. That was my big realization that, no idea what I was working on until you go, oh, yeah, that's his show. So, yeah, it's funny that the fact that how, like, cloistered away we are. We know so little about a lot of the stuff we worked on a lot of the times. It's just like, really? You know, you find out after the fact, it's like, oh, that was cool. Okay. All right. So let's do something here. Let's make just a simple box. Yep, the good old days. Long gone. Let's do this. Let's go. Let's go copy. I'm gonna make life a little easier on myself here. Do the mouse here and kind of straighten this out. Yeah, that's not exactly straight, but I guess it's good enough. You just get called to do some work. Doesn't matter to you what it's for in general. Telling you this is for Star Trek is just gonna make you work a little harder. You know what? I take pride. Actually, I mean, there's, you know, I can't say that I really phoned it in at any point. You know, I mean, even after doing it for a couple of decades, I still like to think that I stayed pretty passionate about all the stuff I was doing. I guess I treated each job as like my first job, and if you screw it up, then there's not going to be second job kind of mindset. And just personal pride, I wanted whatever I did to really kind of look good, Yeah, for sure. All right. So what I'm thinking here is, so you come in here and there's a cabinet. So the pole is like right here somewhere, and then this cabinet. Maybe like that. You aren't eager, more motivated when is something you personally enjoy and love. There might be a little more personal pride, just to say that, hey, I got to work on something, that I was, really interested in. But I mean, yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, I after a quarter century of doing it, I still have imposter syndrome. Every time I get a job, it's like, why did they hire me? So I mean, I'm always second guessing myself, but but no, I mean, when I got to work on Picard, it was just, it was flying spaceships around, and like animating the tubules that come out of the Borg Queen kind of stuff. So I mean, it's not like it was, it wasn't Pixar, I mean, it's funny because some of the stuff that I take the most pride in, are things that are much smaller scale, like Hemlock Grove animating the pack of wolves, and only having a matter of a couple of weeks to animate all of them over multiple scenes, that kind of fun challenge stuff, and then having the end result not suck. That's always fun. Animating the deer for Walking Dead, Dead City, and then having people say that it took them 10 years, but they finally got a decent CG deer, and it's like, actually the first one was real. Mine was the CG one, but thank you. You just told me that my CG deer looked better than a real deer, so that's awesome. If you were working at Pixar, do you think you would do well, etc.? No. I've done that. I've done some of the stuff like that. A majority of the stuff I've worked on for animation has been much more humanistic, realistic motions, less stylized, that kind of thing. But no, I don't know. Pixar, I never applied to Pixar, mainly because, I think I said this before, but that's a lose-lose scenario. Had I applied to Pixar, I either would have been rejected and I would have been crushed, or I would have been accepted and freaking out on a daily basis that I'm not worthy. I'd know, it would be imposter syndrome times 1,000. So the idea of actually doing that was never, I never got up the nerve, And also, I was not necessarily a big fan of the idea of moving up to Northern California. I was cool with living in LA all those years, but I wasn't so much, keen on that. Why am I not getting weird? Okay, that was quirking. So I got to visit there. I had a friend that actually gave me a tour, and it was funny because when I was walking around, Patton Oswalt was there. He was doing a screening of what was it? It was like biggest fan, super fan, or something like that. A short film that he was in. So he was just sitting there. It's kind of like that looks like Patton Oswalt. No, it is. That's Patton Oswalt. That's cool. Um, you were doing the animations for Lost in Space, right? And this is more stylized and has way more animation than your previous work. Yes and no. I mean, it's still because I've resorted to using mocap just so I can get everything done in time. So I'm kind of back, for a large part, back to just being, just regular, traditionally human motion. I mean, there's moments that's keyframed as animation, but by and large, yeah, it's a lot of mocap. Yeah, yeah, Patton ended up in like all my shows. I was like watching what was it? Burn Notice. He shows up at Burn Notice. I was totally into Agents of Shield. He shows up in Agents of Shield. I mean, it was just like Happy. I was enjoying Happy, and then Happy comes on the screen, and it's like that sounds a lot like Patton Oswalt. Oh, it is Patton Oswalt. you know. Um, yeah, exactly. Yeah. I really liked Happy. Happy was my kind of bizarre TV show. That was you watch an episode and you go, that is as weird as a TV show can get. And then Happy, the TV show, would go, hold my beer, and just go even weirder. Yeah, season 1. It goes all over the place. It kind of wraps up, but left it open for another season, which will never actually happen. Let's see. Oh, okay, so what I need to do. Sorry. Technical issues with the phone there. Okay. Was it just 2? I thought, was it 2 or 3? Maybe it was. Okay. Yeah, the second season resolves a lot of the issues. A lot of the stuff that was coming. All the storylines, but it definitely left it open. It's like, if we want to do a third season, we can. Alright, so then first what I need to do is swap this back. Oh, let's do it this way. Wait. Yeah, okay. You know what? I can just do it. Put there temporarily. Like so. There you go. Spot 73 in Picard. There. Oh, that's right. He was the cat that was on her screen. There you go. So I have 1 degree of separation because I did work on the Borg Queen for that episode. So for those that play the game of 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon, I generally can get to virtually any TV star or filmmaker, usually within 2. Not always, but usually pretty close to that. So yeah, Patton Oswalt, I got him, 1 degree of separation right there. There you go. Joe Pesci. Okay, that's let me think on that. Okay, can I actually model and think on that at the same time? I would have to. Okay, can I cheat and look at his IMDb? Because it's just not a matter of, that's true. No, but it doesn't have to be like exactly, the same project. I mean, if Kevin Bacon can be 6 degrees of separation, then I should be able at least to have 2 degrees, right? So, oops. Okay, so he's listed as only 47 credits. It sure seems more than that. All right, Bupkis. No. So I have to think about the movie, who's in it, and who I might have a connection to, specifically. It's a duffel bag with honors. Might be something there. Lucchini, you're so good at distracting me. Who needs work? Who needs to get work done? No, Patrick Dempsey, no. Brendan Fraser, no. Don't have an idea of a direct connection. I guess the best people at the 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon have like a whole mental list of all the people in their head that you can connect to. Like 50% doing my. So it's like, oh yeah, yeah, that seems about right. And she got the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress. Although people still theorize that it was Betty Davis misread the wrong name, I think. Moonwalker, Man on Fire, Half Nelson, Eureka. I could do Eureka. Wait, oh no, that's the movie. Never mind. That's the wrong thing. Okay, you know what? I do not have a Joe Pesci off the top of my head. I would have to like actually do a little homework on that. So you temporarily stumped the band with that one. Yeah, you got me initially. Okay, I don't have one off the top of my head, you know, and I gotta be at least a little bit productive here. All right. So let's try this. Lots of space. Assets. Let's go objects, location, Jupiter 2, interior, upper deck. Is it section 2? I think it is. Yeah, section 2. So we'll go ahead and put it in here, and we will call it, yeah, there you go, storage closet door. Storage, can't type. Cabinet? I'll just call it cabinet. What I'm doing right now is just trying to make sure it fits before I start adding any more content. Make sure it snaps into place like it should. Oh, that's driving me nuts. I will fix that later. What did I just call it? Didn't I call it cabinet? And I type closet. That's why I can't find it. Cabinet. Alright, so then we should be able to drop it right in here, and it should pop into place. And it doesn't. Wow, that's way off. Oh, because, sorry, that's because I'm at world. That should get me there. Yeah, that's why. So I snap it like that, and then I drag it in here, and now it's in place. Good. All right, so now the next question is, can we see it from over there? So let's try this. Don't know if you heard about it, but they're crying about the new Ariel being black. I made their new Ariel show for kids with even more people of color. Yeah, you know what? I think there's bigger fish to fry for people in the world, but, you know. Oh, shoot. Wait, that's not what I wanted. Storage closet door. There we go. Okay. Oh, let me turn on the hole again so we get the proper lighting. Good. So if you go in and pick it, yeah, so you pick up. All right, I really need that gripping pole. I need to grab it from my backup scene because I need to make sure the placement is going to fit. So let me, yeah, let me do that. And let me see if I should have the old pole sitting in there, just maybe renamed. Maybe. Like that. Alright. Uh-oh. Oh, wow. No, okay. I broke in the old one. Okay. Wow. All right, so I guess I could just use the gripping pole proxy because that was basically the same thing. Yeah. Okay. Good to know. Pole proxy. Oops. So let's put it there. 1, 1, 1. Whoops, that's not. Huh. That's weird. I don't know why. Thought I had it laying on the floor like this. Alright, so then I think what I'll do is call this gripping pole group. Yeah, it says it's missing, but you can't actually replace it. It's missing. Let me put it back there. No. What do you mean no? Okay. Can I please make it not missing? No. Oh, because it was a prefab. Really? I deleted the prefab too? That was foolish on my part. Huh. Alright, and I don't have that backed up, so that's just life. So what we'll do is go create an empty. We'll just make a new one here. Pole group. Like so. Okay. Take these guys. Like that. Alright. Don't want to delete that yet because I got all those settings there. Oh, wait. Am I... Yeah, that's why. Because... that's exactly why. Okay, because I had it on center instead of pivot. So... that means it's totally wrong. Let me do a lot of undos here. Because... there. So we're on pivot now. That's weird. So I guess it was... okay, oh, so that's what it's supposed to have been. So we definitely want to move that forward. Put it back like that. Alright, and then this needs to be, oh, let's just make it 90. And we'll rotate on its side, and it's still kind of hitting the edges there. I'll probably do something nicer. I think when the door opens, it'll like fall out. So that's actually a really good idea. I think I like that because I want this cabinet to have something in here, but I don't want it to be like you walk in there, pick up the pole, and then go, oh, there's a cabinet, and open it up. It'd be more interesting, I think, to have to walk in and discover it. What about spawn when it opens? There's a new spawn. Did I know about this? Live action, animated. Man, I've been out of the loop, I guess, because... oh, I thought you were talking about like... well, you are all about the movies and TV, so I just made the assumption that you were talking about that. Well, no, I mean, it can still sit in there. My thing is just like, I'm going to add some animation like it's against the door, and when you're ratcheting the door open, it'll plop out. I'm glad one of us is invested in my work. Oh, mercy. Okay. So, yeah, I'll just leave this here temporarily. I just want it to be clear of the cabinet. All right. And then probably can make it as a new prefab. Episode 1, Aftermath. See if that makes it happy now. There. Red is gone. Yeah, there was never an object. That was just the prefab. Alright. And then we'll boost this capsule a little bit. Yeah, I couldn't think of anything. It's a lot of this is sort of like, okay, just put something there, and then a lot of it is CBB, as we used to say, could be better, but at least just put something as a placeholder and then figure it out. By the way, Lucini, I meant to ask you, do you hear like a hum in the audio here, or is it pretty clear? The reason I ask, you're already laughing just from reading Crypt People. Well, I was waiting for somebody to make a comment about it, and just it's humorous that you jumped right in there. But yeah, I was not sure if I was actually going to be able to stream today because my modem has crashed and burned twice just today, and it's not hot in here. So I finally just took the extreme measures of taking a giant fan and pointing it straight down into the the modem. So I don't know if you can hear, is that faint noise in the background, or maybe this is doing a good job of filtering out the noise. Okay, it is faint then. Okay, so this thing really is just close proximity. But yeah. I apologize for the faint hum, but if I turn that fan off, chances are good that I will not make it for the full 2 hours. Just saying. All right. Tinnitus? Yeah. Yeah. One of those joys of getting older or listening to too much rock music, or in my case, both. My stepdad was like, "Do you have tinnitus?" He was like, "I just really, the tinnitus has been," and he goes, "Do you have that?" I went, "Oh yeah." He goes, "How long?" "For years." Yep. Oh shoot, that's okay. I need the bounding box to be not sticking out the door. We don't want that to show up too early. Oops. Oh wait, that's the wrong thing. So then, who is that? That's the trigger? Box collider. Capsule collider. ¿Qué es este? Just popped in one day? Ooh. Yeah, and I don't remember. I mean, I just wasn't observant until it's just like, it was there. So I'm not quite sure if it crept up or if it was just a light switch. And then it was like, yeah, there it is. All right, so where am I seeing? Is that just the bounding box to give me an idea? Guess it is. All right. So the capsule collider is the trigger. Okay. In that case, we should be able to do it like... I don't want maximize. No. Focused. Because I want to be able to come over here, hide the door. Now I'll go maximize. Yep. That's weird. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, look at that. It's I laid it perfectly so it cannot be seen. Oh, that's awesome. I'm like looking at it, like, wait, why is it disappearing? No, it's there, but it's not. Okay, so let's just put it like that. Once again, this is temp. As I said, I like the idea of it kind of falling outward. Um, I don't want to. I don't want to do that now. That's kind of a waste because some of this could change anyways. But if we do that, okay, let me grab all that. Copy. Whoops. Copy component. And unpause. And now we should be able to go. Yeah, I want to increase that trigger. But let's just do this one thing at a time so I don't lose my values here. So let's go paste, done, save. Like so. Oh, that's right. Yeah, because of the storage closet. I didn't turn off the collider for the closet. Let me do that just so I can get a clean look at this. Storage closet. Yeah, I just turned that off. Oh, shoot. wait. Let me turn it like that. Get out of range. There we go. Now turn it off. Otherwise, it's just going to be a pain. It's just going to get confusing. There you go. Yeah, I think it's actually kind of cool just sitting like that. Okay, and I think what I'll do is I'll cheat it close to the door, so it'll be right there. And then you have to kind of go inward to get to the cabinet collider. Once that happens. He raised by a cowboy. Oh, you know, that's just something that Bill Mummy did. You know, I mean, if you look, I'll give you an example. Let's see. Well, I mean, here's one. You know, where he's got one hand on there. You know, but you know he's holding on to dear old mom there in that one. But yeah, it's a lot of times when he'll just be standing around and he'll just sort of like like he's in the middle of a western or something. You know, so I mean, part of this is also I'm trying to infuse the characters with their personalities. You know, so like the dad, John Robinson. Here, we can do it this way. So yeah, see, I replicated this for the, for this. You see, he's holding on his belt buckle. But the dad, John Robinson, was always like almost. He's a professor, but he always kind of acts like a military man, where he frequently would put his arms behind his back, in that kind of position. And then you have Don, who looks like he's just ready for a fight. Any given second, he's just like kind of leaning into it, like you want to start something. And then Judy was always the model type, and always had the shoulders back, and that kind of thing. And then Penny was still in that awkward phase, right? She was starting to grow into a woman, but she was still not quite posing herself, And then Maureen, the mom, would always just be very statuesque, always look like the mom that was like looking out for the children. And then Dr. Smith, this is him. He's either like this, right, or like this. He's right. So depending on his mood, that completely defines his performance. So that's ideally what I'm trying to do is for fans of the show, they'll kind of see this and they'll go, yeah, that looks like that character to me. So I mean, the voice is obviously going to be, with the exception of Will, the voice is going to be their original voice, and I just want the performance to also kind of match that. Back in the 60s, every other show was a spaghetti western. Which, strangely, I don't think Bill and Melinda was in any westerns. Not that I remember. I mean, he's been in a ton of various stuff over the years, but yeah, I'm not sure if any of those westerns. But yeah, I mean, it was definitely of the era. Yeah, 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 yeah. If you were a kid watching television back then, I'm sure westerns filled up a lot of the empty time. Well, I mean, for when TV was on the air, there's a whole generation that has no clue that for some of us of a certain age grew up watching TV where at depending on well, number one, you only had three main channels to watch, you know, the NBC, CBS, and ABC, the local affiliates, and on top of that, they would go off the air. Usually between 10 o'clock, or no, 11 o'clock or midnight. Usually they would play the national anthem, and then they would show like the test pattern with the little tone, and then go to white noise, which is fun because if you watch like Poltergeist, they always have that the TV show, the TV stations going off the air. Poltergeist doesn't work now because there's no snow. On digital television, there's no such thing. So that is like a true relic of the past. Just like I did, my mother always put on Terrence Hill and Bud Spencer movies. Really? Oh, I love Terrence Hill. Yeah. Super Fuzz. Yeah, and The Man with No Name. Oh, those are awesome. Yeah, he was always such a fun. He was sort of like the Italian version of, like a mix of Benny Hill and Jackie Chan, kind of all blended together. Yep, that's cool. I think there's actually a video game based on one of their movies, even. Black and white spaghetti western, where it starts with a new sheriff being appointed. Immediately he goes, nah. Let's see, if you try to scare me, I'll just put a bullet in you. Also, I'm looking for someone to work with. Hired a young guy that was working random jobs or whatever. Okay. And then there's more. All right. So then I did. Oh, let me make sure I grabbed, because I did move that around. Copy component. Excuse me. So he's like threatening people to put a bullet in him and then just hire some random dude. No, that wasn't the same place. Okay, good. I gotta stay at him maximized. Alright, turn off the whole thing like so. Cool. Alright, so yeah, I guess the key thing is that this cabinet is going to work fine. And I guess I should actually build it out as geo because instead of just texture, because it will physically open. No one wanted to work with them, if I recall correctly, and there were a lot of corrupt people, and the last sheriff was murdered. Yeah. All right, so there's more content coming, I'm assuming. And for the record, dare I say the greatest Western ever made is Once Upon a Time in the West. Sergio Leone. Oh, absolutely epic, epic film. So amazingly good. Alright. So I do need to still turn this again. Let's see. How about if I make it origin so it'd be easy to correctly turn it back? Oops. There you go. So 14 degrees. Good to know. If I watch that, I used to watch them in the late 90s, early 2000s as a kid. Jason Robards. Um, um, oh shoot. Death Wish. Um, Charles Bronson. Blanking on that. Henry Fonda in a career-changing role for him. Just such a great film. Such an absolutely great film. And amazing score too. Ennio Morricone, just oh man, such a great film, great music. All right, so let's do this. Let's make ourselves a couple of cabinet doors. This will also double as the holes for it. Yeah, I'll just do it that way. Not putting too much effort in this because I will hand this off to people that can do this exponentially better than me. So I'm just kind of roughing this out. Yeah, good enough. And what we'll do here is boolean this out. If I can find. Why did I lose that? Alright, and then what we'll do here is kind of drag these bad boys back. There we go. Now we got ourselves a little storage. And then these guys, we'll position them. Like so. And then I think what I'll do is shrink them just a smidge. Just so they're not perfectly locked in there, pixel perfect. So we'll say selection. It might be enough. Yeah, that should be good enough. And yeah, okay, I need to leave the back side because the door will open. Right. So let's go copy. Oops. Paste. And we need to put it back to where it was. So origin, Y. Which way does it go? This way, right? 14, like that. I think that's correct. Yeah. Cabinet. Okay. Let's flop back over here, and now we see that our cabinet now has a couple of doors. Alright, and let me do this. Let me clean out his inventory, anything he's holding in the beginning here. Yep. We'll give him the crowbar, but not the gripping pole or the claw. And let's see if this... Don't want to go through the whole puzzle again, so tell me what we'll do here. There we go. Now we'll go full scale. What I want to check is that it picks up the pole properly after we zoom in. Gripping pole. Good. All right, and then that will actually trigger... Whoa! There's no collider yet. Look at that. It's the magic cabinet. It's the ultimate hiding place. This is why Penny could never find Will when they played hide and seek, because he would just magically become one with the cabinet. That's funny. Okay. I amused myself. Lost in Space hide and seek game. There it is. Hide from the creature of the week. New multiplayer mode. Yeah, because that's what the world needs, another multiplayer game. Yeah, I've made a multiplayer game before. I got that out of my system completely. We're not doing that again. Not anytime soon. Alright. So, yeah, let's go ahead and hide that. Add component. Okay, there's a box collider. Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. Okay, so this is one of those situations because the geo is at an angle and the box collider, you have no way of rotating it, only just changing the scale. So my workaround is just create a group for it. Actual co-op games. I don't have the time. I would love to jump into those, but I mean, I literally play a couple hours of games a week, and that's usually like, at lunch or, brief times. So it's just the idea of trying to play multiplayer and only playing for a few minutes and then going, yeah, I'm out. That's not the way multiplayer games work, right? So let's go create an empty. Oh, shoot. No. Do it right here. So it's attached. There we go. Yeah, because he is like that. Okay. Oh, it's way off in the universe, isn't it? Oh, shoot. Okay, so that was kind of pointless. Let's get top view. Let's get it locked in, like so. That should be good enough. A lot of them work like that. Takes 5 to 10 minutes. Oh, okay. Well, I guess the other part of that, too, is that you also, I think you need to practice before you jump in. There's a comedian that had a joke about that, where he goes over to his nephew's house, who's playing hockey on the on a console, and he's like, "Oh, kid, hockey. Oh yeah. See, I grew up on hockey. I know hockey. Okay, kid. Time to get your butt whooped, right?" And he picks up the controller, and I start playing it, and the kid's like, "Score! Score! 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 Score!" And he goes, "I'm just walking around. I'm going around the ice in circles, going, yeah, I'm a very good driver, very, very good driver." And that's the way I feel about multiplayer games, is that until you really get up to speed, you just get completely owned. It depends on the game and the mode. Yeah, you don't need to practice, but if you play ranked modes, you get matched with people on your level anyway. Yeah, but I mean, I always thought that a lot of players will just sort of create a new player just for the humorous effect of playing newbies and just absolutely owning them 12 ways to Sunday. You can tell me I'm wrong, that doesn't happen? That's not a thing? Let's see. Do it like so he can't walk into it. And okay. So there's our box collider. Whoa, and it's in the ground. Put it up there. Good. So you see what I did there? By creating an empty object and getting the rotation right, then I can have it actually line up correctly. And once I get it like that, that's good enough. Just make sure it doesn't go through the wall there. It's fine, but I'm just being overly cautious. So now we just call it cabinet group. And now at this point, I can take cabinet and drag them on there, like so. You see them from time to time, but they usually get ranked so quickly that their new account is close to the original in terms of matchmaking. How is that possible? Oh, I see what you're saying. Because when they start off like on a reset account, they're so dominant that they just shoot up the ranks automatically. So they would literally have to like reinvent their players like all the time. Got it. I just assume they'd still do that, I mean, I have a little VR tennis game that I play, and I've gotten to the point now where I can like play the fourth ranked AI. I never play people, at least not yet, but the fourth ranked person, and I'll still, just because I want more of the exercise than the competition, I'll just play the first ranked and just crush her. Just beat her big time. Because I like I said, I'm more interested in the just the exercise and less concerned about trying to have some massive duel. All right, so there, and then cabinet has. Okay, so then I'll put the trigger on this bad boy. Oh, but I can't, can I? That's not going to help. So we need to actually call this cabinet geo. I need to call this cabinet so when it makes contact, it syncs up correctly. These different settings are there so we can enjoy the game we want. Exactly. And that's why I have like the hint system. Funny you mentioned that. That's why I put the hint system. That's why I put the skip any of the puzzles. If you don't want to do it, just hold the skip button down and it will bypass the puzzles, because I do not want you to get frustrated in my game. I want it to be the challenge level that you want it to be. If you want it to be super easy and just feed you the whole stuff, you can walk right through it that way. I mean, if you want to play every puzzle and figure it out all by yourself, that's your option as well. I saw people argue on Reddit about the only real mode in gaming being the hard mode. Really? Oh, yeah, I know those people. And anyone that using cheats is a loser and not a gamer, etc. When these things were added to give everyone their kind of fun, they don't have a lot of time, or they want to be extra hard. They can't be asked to do why, so they skip it or cheat. Yeah, I mean, and I'll do that. I'll play a game until I get to the point where I feel like the game cheats, and then I will cheat back. I think I talked about this before, but it was it Doom 3? Where I was playing it so carefully, where I was collecting all the ammo and using it just small piecemeal kind of stuff, right? As little as possible, and I had this gigantic amount of ammo all saved up, all these weapons, all this ammo, and then you get yanked into some underground world and it goes, oh, they stripped you of all your stuff. I just spent hours diligently using as little ammo as possible, and you just go, oh yeah, no, that's gone. And then to add insult to injury, you go, oh, by the way, you're getting attacked by 6 characters at the same time. And that's when I went, oh, no, we're done. You cheat, I cheat. Here we go. And that's when it's like, ID spiss popped. Oh shoot, that one doesn't work anymore. Let me find the proper way to just destroy you guys, because that's not right. I mean, that to me, that's insulting, That's like, the princess is in another castle kind of moment, Alright, so that's a collider, so let's go. This one would be the trigger. And we'll put it here. And then, okay, so then I'm going to make a contact script, but we're going to make it specific to this cabinet. So let's go, let's find another. Oh, you know what? I know. I think this one has, yep, drilling rig. I just want to make sure I put it in the right spot. So create. We'll call it cabinet upper deck. I'm adding that just so because there'll be another cabinet in the game at some point, and calling the object cabinet 20 times doesn't matter, but the script got to be unique, otherwise it gets very upset. I used to cheat in GTA, San Andreas, and Vice City because that's how I got my fun out of it. Just flying around blowing stuff up. I didn't care about the story. Yeah, Vice City, the same thing. That's another example, perfect example. I played it legit, until 2 moments. And one was like a boat chase. or a race. You had races of the boat, and then it was doing all kinds of weird, like unfair kind of stuff. Uh, that I finally, after getting the boat trashed enough times, I just said I'm done, and I did a cheat code for that. And then when you finally get into the final shootout, the say hello to my little friend kind of Scarface kind of recreation, and I was just like, yeah, it was just so much, and the idea of repeating that same thing over and over just was not fun to me. All right, we'll borrow the drilling rig. So I had the storage closet. Okay, yeah, the cabinet. That's right. Yeah, I did that before too. So smart boy. Storage closet. There'll probably be another storage closet at some point. So I put upper deck there just so I didn't even notice that. I was consistent without even realizing I was going to be consistent. Open it this guy. So it's cabinet upper deck. So put it like this. Cabinet upper deck. And then here I want box collider because I want to turn that on. Cabinet trigger. I'll just call it that. I just don't like when people gatekeep having fun and enjoying a game. I totally agree. I totally agree. Like no one is taking anything away from them and they still complain. Yeah. And I mean, it's like I have no qualms with putting ability to cheat, not cheat, but I mean God mode or whatever you say, because it's like you pay for the game. I mean that's like if you pay, 15 whatever it is, $10-15 to go to a movie, and you get 2/3 through the movie, and the movie stops, and it's like what happens next? And it's like, oh no, you need to figure it out yourself. It's like no, I just paid you $15. I want to be spoon fed, I want to be entertained, not lectured. Let's go. So let's make this public void enable collider. Cabinet trigger set at enable equals true. There. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, well, no, I guess that was pretty close because my wife and I went to go see Dune 2, and yeah, I think it was like that, normally if we don't go to the theater that often anymore anyways, but here in Las Vegas there's casinos that have movie theaters, so they tend to have a big discount, especially for people of a certain age. Hey, perks. But this was like a group thing, so normally I'd say yeah, let's because they have $5 Tuesday nights at one of the casinos, and then $5 senior discounts for 3 other nights of the week. All right, so once we pick up cabinet deck, so okay. What we're going to do is add this to the cutscene of when he picks up. You paid €30 to see go see Avatar in 2010 or whatever, and then we left halfway through. Ouch. Yeah, we just recently watched Milking the Water, whatever the part 2 Avatar is, the flow of water, whatever. Yeah, I was not a big fan of the first one, and the second one, yeah, no. I mean, Avatar was great as a visual spectacle. I mean, that was still, yeah, Way of the Water. Yeah. I prefer milking the water because I think he's milking the franchise, but, you know, that's just me. Oh man, yeah. It's like you have the villains. People complain about video games where you have boss fights. And the bosses are all like bullet sponges. Oh, sorry, hey, Akeem. Hey, sorry. I see the hello there. I'm not sure when you chimed in, but unfortunately the chat doesn't make its way over into the multi-stream. So, Akeem, if you're still around, hello, hello. Thanks for coming around again. Good to see you. Um, I got why they did that, but it just did not fit, in my opinion. There's a lot about the two that didn't fit. I think it just incessant looping of, okay, we all escaped. We're safe now. Now let's go right back into danger. Why? Yeah. Yeah, my wife and I, we were watching it. I guess Disney Plus had it, and it's nice because you don't have people in the theater to upset, so you can complain. You can point at the screen and kind of go, "Why are they doing that? That makes no sense." So yeah, Keen. I'm sorry if I didn't notice you soon enough, but hello, welcome back. All right, so let's go into our cutscenes. This is interior and pick up gripping pole. All right, so then what we want to do is add slice field. Sure, let's add the required, just so it screams at me. And this is cabinet upper deck. Call it cabinet. Excuse me. Okay, so wait, do that, and then now we say cabinet name a collider. There. So when you pick up the pole, then the collider for the cabinet should pop up. Okay, now I can experiment with this to see how obvious it is. If it just like pops right up as soon as you pick up the pole, or if you get a little closer. I have to experiment with this, I think, a little bit. Let's find out. Oh, let's attach it first. What do you say? That would be smart. If I can find it. Oh, I didn't even attach the script. Wow, I'm way off base here. All right, let's go. Let's go. Cabinet upper deck. And the trigger. Right, and turn him off. Wow, there was like 3 steps I didn't even do there. That's kind of sad, embarrassing. Added the script, attach the trigger, and let's go back to pick up pole. Now we can attach this. Oops, the right thing. There. See, that was easy. No, don't be maximized because I need to hide the door. Oh, it's already hidden. Never mind. Sure, what the heck. Let's go. Gripping pole. He's going to reach in there and pick it up. Yep, it is going to just like... Shoot, I don't want that to happen yet. Okay, you know what? Okay, let's do that. Let's... I'm going to make the pole just sort of be... here. Oh, where am I? Yeah, like I talked about, I'm going to make the pole just sort of flop down on the ground. So you have to want to walk inside to find the cabinet. But, nope. You know, actually, I think it's time for a refill. Alright. Hang with me. I'm just going to duck out for a quick second. Let's turn this on, Alright, I'm going to head out, be right back, if that comes on. There it is. Okay, as always, feel free to play catch with Penny, although I think you have to be on Twitch to make that text work. I think. There you go. Lucini's got the idea. Hang tight. I'll be back in just a sec. All right. And we're back. Let me turn those back off again. Put my glasses so I can see what I'm doing. Don't get old. I keep telling people. Okay. So, what'd I miss? That's not going to give us much anything, so at least temporarily I'm just going to go ahead and just put it like right sticking out the door. So that way you can actually pick it up. Yeah, congratulations. I'm sure Penny appreciates that. She will come and breathe heavy for you as a thank you at the top of the hour. Okay. I think that's all I need there. Oh, it's actually floating, isn't it? Do I not have... Yeah, shadows should be on there. Okay. I think that's closer. Yeah, it's kind of still tilted wrong. Go to bed now. Been up a bit earlier today. I have to wait delivery from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Ooh, I hate those. Those are the worst. Lucini, no problem. Thanks for coming by, and thanks for distracting me like always. Have yourself a good night. Hopefully you catch up on the rest of the 3-body, and we could talk about that and distract me more. All right, Penny will miss you. But you can catch her next time. All right, have a good night. Lucini, have a good night. Or for you, I guess it's early morning at this point. All right, so we pick that up. Okay. All right, so that's going to work fine. So let's just create the contact for that now. Set that up so that'll work. Let's see. Let's go up to the top here. Control S. Contact manager. That's what we want. Alright, so... Oh, we didn't add. Oh, shoot. There's part of the problem. We didn't add the stuff we needed to. So, let's do that. That's my fault. Need to create a GUI position. It's called cabinet. Oh, display name, item. We need to do that. Let's see, aftermath, item, cabinet. Cabinet. There we go. So let's go back and wire that up correctly. Aftermath, item, cabinet. Oh, I did item again, didn't I? I need to do items. Let's go ahead. I'm going to just change all these. Hopefully it does not break. Ooh. Hopefully it doesn't break. Rename. It shouldn't, because I'm using rename. And say cabinet. Rename. I'm using the tool, so it shouldn't lose its mind over this. What was that? It's... Okay, that's okay, that's when he picks it up, so that's fine. Right, because that's not actually a walk up, that's a he'd pick it out of a debris pile, so that's okay. Although I still want to rename it from item to items. So we get rid of that. Use. Okay, now we should be good. So let's go cabinet. Did I rename it? Aftermath. Items. And it's not there. Oops. Why is it not there? Oh, I didn't add it to the list. Yeah, that's it. Alright, now it should be happy. So if you come back right here, try this one more time. Aftermath, items, and it's still not there. Oh crap. Oh no, it's a contact, isn't it? Losing my mind. Item is for something you pick up. Contact. Okay. Yeah, it's not an item. It's a contact point. That was stupid. Oh, and it's gone. Uh-oh, so that renaming might have broken it there. Oh no, here it is. It's wait. I thought I saw it. No, I didn't. Oh, that's scary. So it just deletes it right out, doesn't it? Uh-oh. And then it breaks it. Cabinet to be assigned. Yeah, well, I was trying to do that, but... Spreadsheet. Terms. Alright, so it just... That's a scary thing. If you rename it, it just... You can't rename the category, I guess. That just breaks the crap out of it. Okay. Well, Penny's here. Alright, so let's do this. Let's come down here. Aftermath, and we'll say contact. Cabinet. That's proper. We got visitors. And Penny's going nuts. Don't know if you can hear the barking. Might be subtle. Aftermath. Contact. Cabinet. See? Wasn't that easy? Alright, add that, and we'll say camera position. Like so. There. Everything else is good. Outline. Yeah, let's do an outline. Of course, the cabinet right now is pure white, so it's going to be harder to see, but that'll get fixed once we get proper geo for that. So let's find something else that we can highlight here. There it goes. So we're just going to borrow the highlight effect. Copy. Yeah, copy component. Come back. Paste component values. That's all good. Only this object. That's good. There's the outline. No animator. Nothing to remember for animation. No inventory item database. Cool. All right, all that's fine. All right, let's try this again. So, if you come back, and then the idea is once you open up that door. Oh, I gotta, I gotta fix that. That collider is just a little bit funky there. That looks really painful, doesn't it? I hate when my ankle does that. Alright, so leave the height. We'll start with the radius. And he's still... Really? Why? Why? Look at that. It's like pointed straight up, even though it's like not even touching. Alright. That's funky. Not why? There we go, down. Oh, that's a trigger. Duh. I don't want to be changing that. It's the box collider. Alright, so... No wonder it was not having an effect. Drop it to there. Try that. Yeah, it's still... Wow, it just wants to like rotate straight up, even though it's like not even barely touching. So it's fine like that. It's just like if it's barely on the edge, and then it does that. I think we'll just have to accept the fact that it's going to be wonky sometimes. If you get it in just the right spot, it's going to bend weird. That's fine. Okay. So let's copy those settings. Paste values. What are you complaining about? Highlight effect. I hate when you do that. So we'll remove that. And you're still complaining. That's really bizarre to me. Whoa! Like the whole scene went black. Oh, great. Okay. So if I do this, I believe Unity just lost its mind. Look at that. Now here's the question mark. Do I hit Control S? Do I save it and hope that's going to behave? If I... Yeah, let's find out. Let's go empty. Nope, it just lost its mind. Alright, reload. Yeah, it's the highlight plugin, which is a really nice plugin for showing the highlight for when you walk up to an object so you know that it's selectable. But man, Unity is not a fan of it because it'll throw up some funky errors on it sometimes. Nothing that really makes sense that you can fix. Alright, so fingers crossed it does not come up as a black image again. Let's see. Alright. That's more promising. So let's go back to Aftermath. And we're good again. You know, that's the old IT crowd. Have you tried turning it off and on again? Yeah. Alright. Alright, let's check now that we got this behaving again. Cabinet. Sweet. Alright, and then we can look in the cabinet and find the key in there. Cool. Alright, so let's try going through the full steps here. And I think what we'll do is just have the pull sort of appear. I'm not going to bother making animation for it right now. That's a waste of time for a proxy object. So I'll just make it just pop on as the door is opening. So, alright. So for opening, it's going to be cutscenes, interior, use pick up open storage closet door. Right. This is cool. Using DoTween to do the door in segments like that. It's kind of cool. And set delay. Wait for all the above to finish. And then we'll just make the grip pull appear. I'll put it. I'll be a good boy. I'll do it the right order. Whoa! That was all kinds of wrong. Game object, yes. Grouping I there would be good. Grouping pull. Okay. After we're done here. Grouping pull, set active. True. Alright, so I can't type. Cool. So it's attached. Yes. Alright, so then let's put the door back in place. Turn the hull back on. Storage closet door back. And I'll leave it like this so we can jump straight inside so we don't have to bother with the crowbar. We come up here and we'll use the crowbar on it. Obviously animation still missing. That'll come in time. Alright, puzzle. I've done this once or twice, so I kind of know where they go. Whoops, or maybe not. Cool. Yeah, it was playing well though. 1, 2, 3, 4. Whoa! Did you see that door? That's not good. Why did that shift? Yeah, I gotta do that again. Okay, and then what I need to do is pause it. Oops. We'll skip it. 2, 3, 4. There. Perfect timing. Turn off static. No, this object only. That should be good enough. Who am I messing with? Yeah, both of them, of course. Alright, let me check the script here. 0.093. Ah, crap, it's a local move. Oh, okay. So 0.093 and 0.9. There we go. So that's what we want. 0.052 and 0.9 can stay the same. Alright. That should make the door stay behind the wall. Over here. Oh, I keep doing that. Can't play my own game. Ah. Oh, mercy. Yeah, I'll put you there. That's correct. I just, for a moment there, I'm completely forgetting my own puzzle. I'll move you over here. Gotta focus. There it is. Okay, and there's no highlight on that, so we need to fix that. So that'd be kind of a fun animation where he's doing it, and then it like drops out, you know, like almost like a scare moment, and he like, whoa, jumps back. I think that'd actually be a cool idea. And more importantly, it gives you opportunity to, despite the fact he's staying in front of the cabinet, because that's not the right animation yet. But so you pick up the pole there, and you still have to have the wherewithal to go in here and see that the cabinet. Okay, I want to expand that collider because I don't want to be too hidden, punish you or anything. That's the trigger. We'll leave it like that. All right, let's see what that does for us. Yeah. So if you just walk in here at all, you know what? I'm gonna like expand it even further. I'm gonna cheat it, because if you're walking in here, you should be able to get to it. Like so. There we go. Copy component. There. So any effort you make to go in that room is automatically going to trigger the cabinet. Oh, hey, look, there's a cabinet. And then the highlight's not working. All right, let's try and fix that real quick. First things first, let's the trigger. Paste component values, that's good. Cabinet highlight effect. Now, is it just, let's see. Cabinet geo, cabinet. Oh, because I have it on the base object that has no geo, so it doesn't know. That was foolish. Copy component. Let's put it on the thing that actually has geometry on it. There. Let's remove this one and point it to the right one. There. Let's see, it looks like. Yeah, I mean, it's good enough. It's the cabinet's pure white right now, but once it gets built out properly, it'll be a lot more distinct. Okay, so if you come back here again. Yeah, there you go. That's pretty obvious. Cool. And then you do a search in there, and you'll find a convenient key. Yeah, one sec. All right. So let's go through this one more time. With no power. Ooh, Encounter uninterrupted delay. Uh-oh. That's not good. Why did I lose? Uh-oh. Rich, buddy. Panic mode. That's not good. So in the text we have a delay command. Oh, shoot. So it's interact. So let's go over here. Dialogue. Let's see. Can't use my bare hands. Oh, shoot. That's not good. Alright, I think we got something broken here. Right, let me make a note of that because, yeah, that's mandatory. Give me one sec just to jot this down. Let's see. Curious, I still got that up, so we can test this on my backup version. Right. Yeah. Alright, and this should be our backup. Yes. Alright, now what I'm curious about is if I come over here, like so. Okay, yeah. So it's working in my previous backup version, but broken in this one, so just see if we're missing a line. I'm going to pass this off to my programmer, Rich, let him figure this out, but I'll at least take a quick look. See if I can find anything obvious, like there's a discrepancy in the code. Match case. Okay. Contains delay flag. Unless... Let's see. Script objects. Unless the flag got turned off, which don't know why it would have. Aftermath. No. It's turned on. So let's do this. Let's come over here. No, okay, that line is there. So yeah, I don't know where it's extracting the word delay to find that it's there. Oh, maybe in here? Tag parsers at the end. Alright, well, you know, that might be a good place. We're right at the top of the hour here. Might be a good time to stop down. So I can send it off to him and find out por qué. Why did the delay command stop working? So we'll figure that out. And I still need to do my repairs to bring... oh, wait, shoot. Wait. Short Explorer, this is... Yeah, the backup. let's close that. How'd that get first? Okay. That's my scene. That's saved. We're all good. And yeah, we'll figure that out. And I need to restore all the stuff that unfortunately I lost with my Git update. So I'll finish putting that back in place so I can reach back to parity and keep plugging away. Excuse me. But I think that's gonna be it for today. Akeen, once again, sorry I missed your buddy. If I didn't respond fast enough, I'm sorry about that. Like I said, I'm using Streamlabs, and for whatever reason, YouTube chat and Streamlabs are not friends. It shows the YouTube stuff sometimes and not others, so I literally have to have like multiple chat windows open, and I sometimes miss it because it doesn't really make noise or indicate. But anyways, guys, thanks for hanging with me. Lucini's off to sleep, but a post-sleep thank you to Lucini for the conversation about movie and TVs like we always do. That'll be it. Of course, if you want to try out the game, the free demo is available on Steam. Simplest way to get there is if you just go to lostinspace.game.com. There's links down below, depending on where you are, which stream you're looking at. But worst case, just go to lostinspace.com, and here's the link for both Steam, if it'll load. There you go, and Itch. So you have your choice there if you want to go to either one of those and grab the free demo. Obviously, if you're on Steam, feel free to wishlist, please. Thank you. And yeah, that's it for today. I will be back again tomorrow for me, 2 to 4, my time, which is Pacific. And you can do the math and figure out where it is for you. Streaming on the other ones, the videos show up, I guess, on YouTube and stay there. So if you want to check it out, go back and look at it. You can see it there. But that's it for today. You guys have a very nice night. I hope you have a good one, and hopefully we'll see you again tomorrow. We'll see if I have a penny outside the door. We have visitors right now, so I may be penniless. We'll find out. Nope. Penny. She's downstairs. Oh, there she is. Oh, that was it. That was just one little brief thing. Oh, you're back again? You're gonna come here and say hello? You wanna try that again? Yeah? There you go. Okay. Yeah, I know. I haven't seen you for minutes. I know. It's been forever. Okay. All right. That's it, guys. Thanks again for hanging with me. Hope to see you tomorrow. Have a good night.